What's going on, YouTube? Gonna be doing a little video here for you guys. My buddy's coming up. He's bringing a new truck. It is a brand new RTR Axial. Sorry, I'm using the gimbal here. It's a brand new Axial Basecamp 10.3, and we're gonna run it completely stock on the Coarse up here. And I'm gonna go over the Coarse. Show you guys some additions that we made to the Coarse here in just a minute, and then we'll cut over into him giving you a rundown of the truck that he got, and we'll break into doing some run footage of him running the Coarse just bone stock. We just kind of wanted to see to get a baseline of what a stock RTR truck. You know, everybody compares like the Basecamp Axial to like your TRX4 Sport and all that stuff. From, you know, my understanding, you know, the Basecamp's pretty capable truck out of the box and everything. And we're going to run it up here on the Coarse just to see how a stock truck would do, you know, on it, and get us an idea. Because we've been running nothing but pretty modified trucks on the Coarse. So we're going to break that down. We're going to run that. He's going to give you an overview. Like I said, look at the truck. I've added some additions here, so I'm going to do a walk around here. We're going to flip around, and we're going to do a walk around of the Coarse, and try to get an overview, show you. Now, one of the bridges isn't finished. I'll show you in the footage here. And I just wanted to give a big, you know, thanks to everybody that's still watching the channel. Super appreciative of all of that. So, you know, all the people that always drop some comments and the likes down below, I appreciated it. Just trying to bring you guys just, you know, RC fun. That's all it's about. Enjoying RC, no matter how way you go about it. So, but we're gonna get the camera flipped around here for you guys, and we're gonna give an overview. I've added some pretty cool stuff to the Coarse. Now, you know, it might not look hard to some people in the, you know, in the videos, but believe me, it's a lot harder than it looks. We've had several people bringing trucks up here and running them, and it's a lot more difficult when they get up here and they try to run it. So let's get the camera flipped back around. I've yacked enough, so let's get it flipped around. So I've added, basically, there's almost 3 more lines coming up here, and what you can see here, you've got the original one that we done right here, comes up. Then we've got one that branches off here, you can take in the middle. And then you have this one here on the outside that kind of comes up this wooden, big heavy wooden limb that I had found. And then to smooth out the bricks a little bit, because bricks are kind of choppy, I just put some concrete down on it. I didn't have a lot of concrete. It was some broken bags that the local hardware store had. They gave me a deal on. Shout out to them. And I just kind of didn't want to make it too easy, but this is almost like a portal line. You can come up this line right here, and then you got to get your front tire right here down in that, and you can straddle this right here and pull up on it. But straight axle trucks have some trouble right there, because you got this kind of hangover point I left there on purpose, just to give the portal trucks a little extra lines to pull. Then we've just been working on building this up. This is just like an intersection we've built to branch off. Never mind my dog down there. She always goes ape crazy. But this is the second bridge that I've been working on. It might not look like in the camera, guys. It is pretty steep. It's going to come up to a very steep peak. It's going to be actually above the roof line of my house up here. You can see the roof line. We're going to break up above that and then come really steep down on the other side. I've been working on that. I actually had to get some grip tape right here to actually even be able to pull up on, well, to make it a little easier for a little less capable trucks, because that's a pretty rough spot right here coming up in. When you make this turn, it's harder to come up from this bridge and make this turn unless you got a dig unit to spin you around. So we needed a little bit of grip tape right there to get you started on that. But that's what we got here so far, and you can see it's pretty steep of an incline. And it's going to go even steeper here. Like I said, it'll be above the roof line of the house in the background there. It's going to go pretty dang high. And we're going to build a long bridge, and I'm going to put we're going to build a frame twister in that bridge. We're going to work on that, and to make it even harder, I've added some, tree limbs that I have cut from a tree I had to trim here. It got hit with some lightning a while back, and some spots were dying off on it. And this also saved me a little bit of money, and this actually worked out better than using like these slats. This gave it a lot more texture, and works your suspension a little bit more. But it's a lot harder than it looks going up that. So, and then we're going to come over here. This is just another overview of it. This is the bridge that I call Pipe Dream. It is a uneven steel pipe, painted steel pipe. Comes up down here at the bottom. You got to go over the the rock at the bottom, twist your up a little bit, works your suspension. And I've added some grip tape just to one side of this pipe, so you're relying on that to hold you, and it just comes up this line right here. Right here, you got to crawl up that and get you back up to the intersection. Then here where I trimmed the tree down, we're going to be putting a swinging bridge or suspended bridge somewhere in that vicinity. I haven't had time to work on that yet. But then we've got another spot down here at the bottom, and I'll go down and show you guys that. Okay, down here, this is our good old ape shit climb. It'll make you go ape. Just because it's super aggravating to get up this spot. It's where we use to test our tires and inserts, foams, whatever. A lot of people were having some trouble with this one right here. So I built this one to try to make a little easier spot for everybody to get up, when it ended up not being so easy. So you'll see the grip tape that I have lined in certain areas, so you have a little better traction line to get up this one, into our little spot here. It leads into this bridge and goes back up. There you can see how tall we've got that bridge so far from down here, and it's going to go taller. Probably about another 1.5 feet, or foot up at a peak, and then break down, and it'll come down steep on the other side. I just got to get time to get it finished. So, but yeah, I built this to try to make it, and it ended up being pretty freaking hard. We were running some pretty capable trucks on this the other day. So I had to add that grip tape for everybody, and some rocks that are epoxied down to give it a little more extra traction. The Predator compound tires seem to work well here, even the G8s. If you got you got a good insert or a good foam in it, they seem to bite a hold of this. This stuff was pretty slick. This isn't like really wood. It's like a foamy wood type stuff. And sanding it, I tried to sand it to give it a texture, and it still wasn't enough. So this is kind of a test. You have to have a little bump wheel speed here. So, but I don't want to get this any longer, because I'm going to be hooking in the video him running that Axial SCX 10.3 Basecamp on here. We're going to see how well it'll do. But that pipe bridge right there is very unassuming, guys. It's pretty difficult, and you have to have real good throttle control. So I'm curious to see what it'll do stock electronic wise on that Axial 10.3 Basecamp, because that's a rough climb right there, and it's a lot steeper than it looks in the video. The incline on that, you can't even stand up on this other side of the hill right there when I was building it, and I had to reinforce the sides of the pipes and concrete everything in. So some little fun spots we're adding. We're still building, making it better. It's going to get better. We got some more stuff coming for it. I'm actually thinking about coming down here with one more of these and coming here on a medium bridge that goes out too. So we'll have, like I said, that's what we're using this kind of as our intersection. And then this whole cove right here will be, we're going to come down with rocks. We're going to have a rock path coming down, and then it'll lead into the swinging bridge that's going to connect into this tree right here. And I'm thinking about making it to where you got to drive down the tree limbs here. I got to trim some more of them off, and then you'll come down and exit, and you'll be able to go right here into the Pipe Dream is what I call this bridge. This is the Pipe Dream Bridge. So we're going to get some video going of a truck pretty soon, and we'll be back.